I'm glad to see so many people show up. I'm sure we're going to have a terrific weekend. For those of you who don't know Mastercoin very well, I'll say a few words about what Mastercoin is and how the project started. The beginning was more than 2 years ago when the founder, J.R. Willett, proposed the white paper, or wrote a white paper proposing new advanced usages for Bitcoin that go beyond just using it as a transaction or as a transaction layer or a currency. He proposed a system where people can issue new currencies and do more advanced smart contracts on top of the Bitcoin platform, on top of the Mastercoin network that rides on the Bitcoin platform. Now, last August of 2013, he revised his white paper and prepared a new version that is more fully detailed, and did a fundraiser where in last August he raised 4,700 Bitcoins for this purpose from various private investors and BitAngels members. Since then, in the last 9 months, the project has gathered up a lot of steam, and a lot of the community has increased, and we now see a lot of development action. We have a few wallets that I'm going to speak about soon. We saw the first actual production use interesting use of the project just last month, when a Scottish company called MadeSafe, with limited access to traditional capital, raised $8 million during two days. They were planning to do it in 30 days, but they just finished all the money arrived within 48 hours, which was amazing. It's basically the world's most successful crowd sale to date. Now, MadeSafe is just the start. We have dozens of other companies and protocols lined up to issue their currencies on top of the Master protocol and using Mastercoin. And we're going to see some of these new companies and protocols kick in just in the next few months. Now, right now, the state of Mastercoin, or the state of the Mastercoin software, what we have actually worked and built in the last 9 months, the spec, for starters, the spec has gone a long way. The spec started from a white paper in a PDF form that only JR could edit and change, to a community effort. Now the spec is on GitHub for a long time, and it has massive evolution, and all the time people are working and adding new features and revising it whenever there is an inconsistency or something that needs changing. It all goes on GitHub. As for the normal users, people who actually want to use Mastercoin, for a long time, I had friends who used Mastercoin, who bought Mastercoins, and I didn't have, when they asked me, well, how do I see my Mastercoins, how do I send them, I didn't have a good answer. So now finally we have several good answers. People can use Omni Wallet, a fully secure web wallet, to transmitting, to receiving and sending coins, whether these are Master coins or MadeSafe coins or any other coin built on the Master protocol. These wallets supports all the different currencies. So the web wallet, Omni Wallet, is one such project that it's basically our flagship project that we're devoting a lot of time and effort on making it the most usable and secure web wallet for Bitcoin, Mastercoin, and other currencies as well. We're also including Litecoin, or we also want to include Litecoin and Peercoin and other unrelated currencies in there. On the desktop front, we have Master Chest, which is a fully standalone desktop wallet for Bitcoin and Mastercoin and derived currencies that does not have any other external dependencies. And the wallet, or the development of this wallet, is going ahead full steam as well. We have a recent addition to our arsenal, which is Master Core. Master Core is a fork of Bitcoin Core, which is the new name, the new branding for Bitcoin D, which is basically a C++ version of the wallet, which is highly efficient, and it matches the Bitcoin protocol in the best way because it's based on Bitcoin Core. Everybody can take the latest updates that the Bitcoin Core developers are doing and apply that to Mastercoin. And that is going to be integrated as a backend layer for the other, for Omni Wallet and for Master Chest. And it's going to help a lot with exchange integration, which is a problem that we had until now, because our tool set wasn't developed enough. Okay. So this is the current state of Mastercoin. What is the future? First of all, the future is what you guys are going to do, right? As in projects that go all over the world, people are suggesting and implementing various extensions to the protocol. Some people are market making. They're building arbitrage bots. They're extending the protocol by doing pull requests into it. They're building new currencies like MaidSafe and Storage and ZenNet and other different currencies that some of them can, so maybe not ZenNet. All these new currencies that, barur. So we believe there are going to be a wave of these new decentralized applications, and all of them can raise money and operate using the Master protocol. We have a lot of work ahead of us. This is really just the beginning, and I'm really excited to see the ideas that come up from this weekend come up and either integrate into our core utilities and tools, or work as standalone projects. Let's start the fun. Let's have a great weekend, and pitch away. So this is, by the way, our virtual office, right? Mastercoin is a distributed entity or group or company. We have people all over the world, and this is where we meet. We have an actual office where everybody has their own room, and we can see, right now there's a meeting in the Mastercoin, in the Master Hackathon support room. So everybody who wants to talk to our people and understand what they can do, what features are important, how to get things done, you have instructions on how to enter Sukoko, how to download it, how to get into the room. You can talk to me, to Judith, and we'll make sure that you're there. You can talk to them, and they'll explain everything on how to get things done. I have here with me, you see I'm here in this room. This is JR's garage. and JR is here with me and is waiting to say a few words to all of you.
Hey guys, I am so jealous. I wish I could be there with you. I wish I could be hacking with you. And I'm really excited to see what comes out of this hackathon. I know there's a lot of awesome sponsors involved and very smart people all in one room, all interested in the Mastercoin ecosystem. And I know you guys are going to do some great stuff. I just wish I could be there. I'm a software developer by background and trade, and I would just love to be sitting there with you guys, hacking away on some aspect of the protocol or coding. So I know you guys are going to have a great time. You may lose some sleep. You'll make some new friends. That's always a fun part of a hackathon, is the people that you meet, the relationships that persist after that. So enjoy yourselves. Catch up on your sleep later, and don't kill yourselves. But I'm certain you guys are going to have a blast. So I am available to answer questions if anybody has a question. It sounds like we can't do audio from you guys to me right now, but we can type them in. I can try to answer any questions you have or comment about any portion of the protocol or the hackathon or anything. So good luck to all of you. Even if you don't win a prize, you will get something very valuable out of this. People always do. So thanks for participating. I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with.
So without further ado, please approach whoever wants to build. I know there are at least one group here, and I heard a group that wants to do something remotely. It's kind of the funny thing with these hackathons, right? If you have people out there that are going to build stuff and they won't be able to present it here, but they will present it remotely on Saturday. We'll make sure that the bidirectional audio works by then. But from the people here.
So my name is Shai, and I'm part of a revolution. And what we are revolutionizing is the way people move from place to place and the way stuff move from place to place. We have met each other on the same idea, with the same idea on some bonfire party, and things get to move from one thing to another, and it felt like everything is happening in this space. And when we saw the resource, and the resource which we all mostly call traffic jam, but when you look closely into it, you see an abundance of free space in each car. And trying to harvest this resource, we have encountered what you most will think of, how we get a user base. So we have worked on ways of building a user base for this kind of application, and it seems like this is the big problem. And we have hacked in the virtual currency space, and we understood that we can build this user base by just giving the people of opportunity to mine coins by just letting us know where they are and their intent of joining the application when it will be operatable. So our first application is pretty simple. It's an application that you go with, you drive with, and send your GPS details, and you get rewarded by getting Zuz, which is the name of our coin. And the Zuz adds up in your wallet, and when you operate this application, suddenly some pieces and part of the map of the world, like certain regions, will get filled by lines. And when the lines of people driving from place to place all over the day will add up to fill the map, this is called by us the critical mass stage. And when this critical mass will be reached, and a button in the application that will be disabled will get enabled by getting this critical mass stage. And by clicking this button, you will have the opportunity to ask for a ride from where you are to where you want to go. And when the critical mass will be reached, it will just happen that you go from A to C and from C to B, where you wanted to go at the beginning. So it feels like the space is ready, and the people are really feels like people want to use this kind of application, and it will be happy to see this change in the world. And we think we need some more people in our team. And I forgot to mention that we've been here a few months ago in a hackathon, and we won some of the prizes and went to Austin, Texas, and got the third place, and got the promise of getting $2,000 when we go to public sale. Our public sale should be happening in late July, 27th of July, at the Bitcoin conference in Tel Aviv. And we need, if somebody here, so I just will tell what kind of talented people we need more. So we need Android developers, native Android developers, and web designers, native iPhone developers, PR people. And if you have this kind of talent or any other thing that you can think you want to contribute to this revolution, so you are really welcome. And I can tell you in my own experience that being part of of something that changed the world for better feels really good. So I welcome you to join. If someone have a question, maybe?
Yes, this is an ongoing project, as you said, for a few months.
Yeah.
Please. What exactly are you doing in this hackathon?
Yeah, and our connection to this hackathon, I think what we plan to do in this hackathon is to, firstly, we have already the setup to incorporate the zoos in the wallets, but the wallet is just a mock wallet. So we want to put it like to integrate it with a Mastercoin wallet that funds can be moved into this wallet. We want to use the naive API or what Mastercoin right now have to offer us in moving a smart property into the wallet by moving from place to place. And we want to have a spec ready for what API or things Mastercoin we want to be developed by Mastercoin for our next stage or announcement.
Requirements from us for what you need.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is like the spectrum of what we thought. And designing the app, we have like designers and people who already worked on the design. So we want to work on the screens and having an.
If there were people concerning PR, marketing, join us as well, so together.
Yeah. And this integration and the app, we want to have it like ready to show at the end of this weekend. And it will be really nice if someone could drive around and get test zoos in his wallet. That's it. Maybe I should just a little bit of introduction. Matan was the first guy who sat by the bonfire and told me about his idea. So I joined him to push this idea forward. Oren was joining us. He's a developer. He made a lot of effort in these few days towards this hackathon. Zeev Zohar is with us almost from the beginning, and Eitan Kachka and Ilana and Jonathan, and so we are many here, so you will meet us. Anyway.
I'll hold it like Shimi Tavori so you can hear. Okay, I didn't practice an English speech, I'll do my best. So my name is Alon, and the guys here and I are presenting Zenet. And Zenet is in fact a supercomputer, the first global supercomputer that is formed by the community and is dedicated for the community. Let me tell you a bit about Oad, my teammate here. He came up with the idea, and he has a deep knowledge and background in machine learning and in algo trading and things that require heavy computing capabilities. And like anybody in this field, he had major challenges of acquiring this kind of capabilities. So when he was introduced into the blockchain technology, the blockchain of Bitcoin, he came up with the idea of introducing the two. So basically what we aim to do is to introduce the blockchain technology that we all know and respect into the world of distributed computing, and we aim to form a global network of home computers that would enable access of heavy computing to the masses, to anybody. A bit about the team. So my name is Alon Peleg. For people who do not know me from the community, I'm a veteran of the Israeli games industry with knowledge in both product and business development, and been around the blockchain and Bitcoin area for about 2 years. Amnon is our gateway to the research and academy world with deep background with bioinformatics, and is also a crucial part and member of the Bitcoin community. And Oad, which came up with the idea, Oad Asso, which is a software developer and a mathematician, and as he said, he highly believes in distribution. So I would like to call him up to the stage to actually explain what Zenet is.
Thank you, Alon. I'll give a short explanation about how the system works. The main blocks you can see is publisher, blockchain, and VM, which is being run by the client. A publisher is any entity willing to hire computing resources. When an entity wants to hire computing resources, they publish an announcement to a blockchain. The announcement contains some information about which nodes they require. Nodes can specialize at high memory, high CPU frequency, and so on. When the task is published, a client running virtual machines sees it at the blockchain, and when they want to perform the task, they connect to the publisher. The publisher need to specify a host name in the task description so the clients will know who to connect to. When they connect, they open two channels between them. One channel is the billing channel, which will be used to the micropayments protocol, which we will emphasize later, and this is our main purpose of development in this hackathon. And the other pipe is control. The publisher gains control of the node's virtual machine and can perform any arbitrary task there. Generally speaking, Zenet is a combination of virtual machine and blockchain technology. This is what makes the crowd computing possible and trustless.
So actually, research institute and also private people and companies, they need huge resource sometime. They need huge resources of computing. And it's very hard to get nowadays. What we actually doing these days, we did already some part of it. We contact the Hebrew University, and one researcher he is doing molecular dynamics. He is folding proteins in order to make targeting for remedies, for medicines, okay? So he need a huge computing systems. He have in his lab a computer which any computation takes him few days and sometimes weeks to do. We just established a test net for him in our network, and we did some calculation. It took 1/100th of the time it takes for him to do. 100 days we are doing in 1 day, okay? So it's already was a nice proof of work for him. He was really enthusiastic about it. And what we contact another researcher in some universities, and there is strong demand there for this computation. And about the fundraiser, you want to elaborate?
Yeah. So I hope you don't get, too much confused over the exchange of talkers here. But anyway, we're working on a POC right now to establish the need and the fact that we are able to perform what we are saying that we are able to perform. And based on that POC and the reaction that we get from the community, we aim to go into a fundraiser. Just a short listing of what is possible. That POC is only one implementation or one application of the Zenet infrastructure. In essence, Zenet is an infrastructure to run anything that requires computational power over a network of VMs. So it could be used for research and the academy purposes, used for big data analysis purposes, file sharing and storing over the network, and even Zentube. This is something that we started to work on, but we would obviously focus on the research and academy as a first stage. Go ahead. What we're aiming to do today is developing the rapid micropayments algorithm. Basically, in order to establish a trustless connection between the publisher, the one who actually needs the computational power, and the host, okay, the node, we need a sort of a micropayments mechanism that would allow the two to break apart on any instance and in any way any of them requires. This is something that actually the Mastercoin protocol would require as well within the distributed exchange. And the same goes for us, because we would have a free market of computational power or computational resources, and those who have the currency, the Zen coin that we are going to develop. And this is something that we would like to develop within this weekend. So we are really open for anybody who think they have what it needs to contribute to this project. And if you've got any ideas of things that you want to implement or do over the weekend with regards to our network, please do. Any questions? Yeah.
Do you have a specific language or code that can run on this blockchain processor?
It's maybe Oad could answer, but basically it's a VM. So.
Is it a traditional VM or is it tailored to your needs?
No, it can be any virtual machine. The publisher can ask for a certain virtual machine. You may have it, you may not have it. It's a free market.
You base your virtual machine on existing open source code?
It can be everything. They can even ask a Windows virtual machine. If they get it or not, that's their problem. But basically, those virtual machines, typically they will be thin ones, like OpenBSD, like DEM, small Linux, such thin distributions.
We talked, I know you did some prep work before the hackathon. We talked about possibly implementing a micro payment channel for doing trades on the decentralized exchange. Is this currently off the table, or is this within the scope?
No. Let me emphasize on the micropayments and how it gets to Mastercoin. The point is that we would like to have continuous deals. Like, I would like to pay you every second for hiring your resources, every second in order to minimize the trust. That if you disconnect or I disconnect, each one of us knows that you get all what you have to get. So doing a transaction every second is impractical because of the transaction fees. So there is, at the Bitcoin Wiki contracts page, there is a very nice algorithm that first I lock money in a multi-sig address that need our both signatures to release it. And then every second, we swap between us signed transactions that my part of the refund is going back to me, and your part for the hosting is going to you. And we don't broadcast those transactions, only once a while. So how to connect it to Mastercoin, I could give several ideas, but I would like to discuss it with the team members that would like to work on it. Maybe we can do better things, I don't know.
So again, just to reiterate my idea in this context, you're talking about micropayments or quick payments that don't take the blockchain time, the immediate idea that springs to my mind in this context is, we have in the distributed exchange, it takes 10, 20 minutes to do a trade. If you can leverage this technology and use the decentralized exchange as a settlement mechanism, then you can enable high-frequency trading between different, between Bitcoin and different Mastercoin-derived currencies, and just do the settlement in a slow way every 10, 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's possible, but first I have to lock the collateral. Yeah. To lock the collateral, I need to know who is my other party, since I need to specify which signatures are needed. Yeah. And I need to wait for a confirmation for the blockchain. So this might be an obstacle. But this may be solved by third-party bodies.
We'll discuss the details later.
Yes. Okay, very good. So let me be clear. We are talking about a development for Mastercoin, micropayments algorithm for Mastercoin. By the way, Bitcoin J already implemented it in Java. We want to implement it in C++. And on Zenit, we will use this code that will serve Mastercoin.
Okay, so thank you.
Hi, my name is Nili. I'm not a technical person. I actually came into that Bitcoin world from trying to resolve the problem of banks and all that economics problem. I see the solution in a multi-currency economy, independent multi-currency economy, in which there is many coins that can go back and forth. Now, those coins eventually would have to be exchanged with one another, and this is the big problem that we have to solve. What we have right now, which is really great, is that the cryptocurrency world created tons of new coins, and the situation that those coins exist and they actually have a value, and we can start playing with this. Our problem right now is actually how do we exchange from one coin to another without an exchange, or how we make it work. Now, let me present you the situation that is a real-life situation that we'll have to deal with, and this is what we'll have to solve, and I think Mastercoin might be the platform to be actually doing it. I'm going to need a wallet that can exchange a coin in the moment of transaction. Because if I'm a provider of some sort, let's say I'm a supermarket, or let's make it even simpler, I'm Tnuva, okay? I produce milk, and I want to accept only milk coin for my milk. I'm going to capitalize on my product, on the milk. I want to create milk coin. And the way I can really capitalize it and give it a value is by saying I accept only milk coin. I don't accept shekel, I don't accept dollars, I don't accept nothing, I accept only milk coin. This thing will make a real value to my coin. Everyone who wants to buy milk has to exchange their dollars or their shekels into my milk coin. Now I have to do it it has to be done very simply. I have to come with my wallet, and when I pay you, I actually exchange on the payment on the spot. If you have only Mastercoin, or you have only Dogecoin, or whatever coin that you hold, you have to be able to exchange it on the spot. So actually, we have to create a situation that the wallet itself is an exchange, which means also that we're creating an exchange that is a decentralized exchange, which means in the moment when I need to exchange my coin to your coin, there is somebody there who actually wants to sell his coin for my coin. And all that information has to come into that one platform, and the exchange has to be done on the spot with the value of that moment value. So there's a lot of information that has to go, and this information has to go into the system, but there shouldn't be anybody running it but the system itself. And because there's a lot of demand and a lot of those things happening at the same time, eventually I guess you won't have to leave a collateral to you know, you don't have the whole centralized situation of an exchange. Right now, exchanges are a very primitive thing. You know, it's held by a centralized body that has to allow your money to flow freely between everyone, but it goes through the exchange. So I won't get into the whole thing, but it's actually, we have to solve a problem of the exchange itself and having a decentralized exchange that it is a wallet as well. So it might be a little premature what I'm trying to get here, but it is, and you have been talking about it in a way a little bit.
Just the changes of a few parameters, and you get, instead of micropayments, you get fastless exchange across blockchains.
Right, and what I need is a wallet that would do it. Okay, I think I can probably get it on a Mastercoin, a wallet that actually do the exchange.
Well, let's look at the algorithm, then the wallet.
Hi, I'm Gil Bar. I'm a bit late, I'm sorry. So I don't know if the guys that they had an idea of collecting a group for algo trading already talked. No? You mentioned today, Ron, that there's an idea to make some kind of a group, right? To create some kind of fund and put it in an algo trading, right? All right. So my idea is has to do with equity crowdfunding, right? And well, I hope this is Mastercoin is the right solution. From what I've learned so far, I think it could be a solution for that. It's a simple idea to collect funds from a lot of people to create some kind of a base, a fund that you can put in a private equity company. A lot of companies today are actually they guarantee something like 5% on your deposit, right? But there's an entry fee that they charge. Sorry, not an entry fee. There's like a minimum, let's say like $20,000 that you have to deposit in order to open a file so they can start trading your money. So the idea is to create a group using Mastercoin, which actually is like a small ecosystem that can in a democratic way decide if the funds goes to let's say an algo trading system or let's say some kind of a private equity, and you have a much better החזר. Yeah, the return of investment is much better than what the banks are offering at the moment. So I think the Mastercoin allows you to sell it if the fund is doing well. And let's say the fund was growing in 2015 by 15%, and you get an offer. You can sell your part in the fund. That's the idea. It's a very simple idea. This is it.
What do you need to implement it?
In terms of technology, you mean?
What are you looking for in this room?
All right, I'll tell a little bit about myself. All right, so I'm doing UX and UI, graphics design. I have a company that deals with virtual worlds, and this is a company that allows you to put works of art online. What I'm looking for is somebody that can, well, write a code and build a system which allows people to log in to this fund, to create this pool of investors, and basically this is it. I think dealing with the private equity companies or the algo trading companies will be dealt in person. So the only thing is the main thing about this idea, it's not a very technological solution at all. It's very much about branding. It's very much about capturing. I think the target is young people that are fed up with the banks, and they don't want to hear about trust funds. They don't want to go to the office and start listening to stories about how much they should go into this trust fund or that trust fund. It should be very intuitive online service that you can just connect and take part in the game.
Do you need a business person or a regulation advice on this? It seems like
The big issue here is the regulation. I've already learned a little bit about the subject. It seems like the regulator in Israel is going towards allowing people to do equity crowdfunding with fiat money, with shekels, but they're taking their time. So there's a window of opportunity right now before the ראש הרשות לניירות ערך, I don't know the English word, before they allow to actually let people do that thing with fiat money, and they say they will. They have a limit up to 2 million shekels per pool, right? And you can launch any kind of plan for investment you like, and you can collect people that are not accredited investors for that matter. If you're familiar with the term accredited investor, that means that he has to have like 2 million shekels in assets, and he has to have 200,000 shekels at least each year. I don't know the exact specs, but not everyone can do it. I think when it comes to using bitcoins or mastercoins, they cannot regulate it because they don't see it as money, and they didn't approach it in any sort of way. So I think the name of the game is to get new people into the game, people that are not technological people, and they heard something about the Bitcoin, but they're not going to install a wallet or anything like that. They're not going to use the PIN code or anything of that sort of thing. They want some kind of service to take care of stuff, and this is what we saw, let's say, in Circle this last 2 weeks. Somebody is going to step in and get all this, let's say, not technological people into the game, which is the majority of the population, right? This is where the money is. So I think there's a window of opportunities in collecting those people. Even if you start with 10,000 people, you can do a lot. And once they are grouped together and they see it's working, you can do other stuff with that. You can build a cooperative bank which is backed by the blockchain, and you can also talked about with Eyal, the great idea. What if you take like 20,000 people and they're already using that system, and you say, hey, you know what? Let's take the insurance money of on our car, ביטוח מקיף. How do you say? Yeah, it's like the big insurance when if your car is somebody stole it, you get the money back. So we can take the price down because we can create our own insurance company and our own club of insurance. They actually have it in Denmark. They have an insurance club, and it's like 70% of the market fee. So I think the name of the game is collecting a lot of people, starting with investments. This is
I know of at least one more project that is going on in the virtual space, right, over there. A team led by Patrick Dugan is creating a mobile wallet that has the focus of supporting a lot of currencies, but not primarily necessarily Bitcoin or Mastercoin, but rather USD coin and Euro coin. And they're actually backing up these coins, right? They're issuing these coins on the Master protocol and allowing users to buy USD coins which are tied to the US dollar. So this is a project that they're going on, and they're working on it for a while, and I think this weekend they're concentrating on the mobile version of that. If anybody wants to join them, talk to me and I'll make the introduction. Otherwise, talk to the people who presented here, join up with your teams, or work on the core track. It's all fair game. And let the games begin. Thank you. One more? Come on, come on.
So I'm Yoav. I'm an application engineer in one of the in a software company. I've been actually involved in Bitcoin and Mastercoin for the last maybe a week and a half. So actually yesterday was the first time I bought a Bitcoin. But I'm a good friend of Alon, and he's been nagging me that I have to get into this for a long time. And so this is what I want to present is something very premature, and he's been pushing me to present it. So I'll be happy to get some feedback. What I've did learn about chain technology is that it tries to solve the problem of doing safe transfers between unknown parties, and actually transfer funds in a way that the receiver can be sure that he is receiving what he wants to. And I've been trying to find a solution for a very different problem that I never thought it could be related. It's a problem of fraud. In the third world, there's a big problem that manufacturers they make goods, like real world goods, and there are a lot of companies who imitate these goods. For example, New Balance shoes. So somebody makes these shoes in the US, and then they're shipped to, I think this is a very big problem in China and India. That's where this information came to me, in India. And then somebody else takes one sample and manufactures a copy which is practically identical to the original one. It looks exactly the same. Of course, the material is not as good as, and the quality is about maybe 10%. This happens in all the industries. Okay, for example, it happens in the pharmaceutical industry. You can buy in India medicine, which is bad for you. You can buy for example, is like chemistry, like chemical things. You can buy paint, the can looks exactly the same. Okay, but once you get home and you open it and you try to paint something, it doesn't work, and it goes to each and every domain over there. And what happens is that there's like a chain of suppliers, and sometimes somebody in the middle, he buys like 50% of the good products and 50% from somebody who's imitating, and then he sends everything. Okay, puts on the shelf, and half of it is good and half is not. And people are really worried that what they buy is actually original from the brand that they wanted to buy it. They're never sure that what they're buying is original. And you have to remember it's third world. So it's not like you go to the Nike shop here and you know everything is original. It's somewhere in like a small village sometimes, like in a pharmacy in a small village, and you don't know. There was a lot of hands that it went through, and like the truck driver and all that. So it's not like very well organized like in the West, and people are really worried from this fraud things. So what I was thinking of a solution for that, which has to do with Bitcoin and maybe Mastercoin, is attaching a physical product to a transfer. Okay, so since you can add now information inside the Bitcoin or Mastercoin a transaction, and since all these products do have serial numbers, okay, so you can actually create a transaction which symbolizes in the virtual world the transaction between supplier and like a consumer and a producer. And this can be for each and every stage, because this problem also has to do not only with the end consumer, but also somebody in the middle. And to develop some kind of application that the consumer actually, when he gets the product, there is some kind of a number, and he gives this number to a service that actually creates that demands transfer between like a fund transfer between the guy who is selling him to him, and he has to get authentication that this transfer is indeed legal. Okay, so when the New Balance actually makes this shoe, it creates the first transaction of which has encapsulated the serial number. Okay, and the first guy who's buying it has to, of course, he will get it will be authorized, right? And he will enter the serial number of the product, and he will get an authorization that this indeed transfer is legal. And what happens if he tries to double spend it? What do you mean double spend? If he has a mimic, right, like a clone of the same product, the first guy who will buy it will get a clearance, but the second guy who will try to buy it will not get a clearance. So this reduces the chances that he will clone the product, because the more commonly used this system will be, the less chances that there's a better chances that somebody will come up and ask for this authentication. If it's, and of course all the N people before that might be buying a bad product, but in the end, statistically, it's going to happen. So you'll have to now use a different serial number, and it puts him in a very big problem, because now he has to understand that he has to predict how much he can steal, and obviously, the more this system will be popular, he will not be able to duplicate at all. There are some technical limitations, because in the third world, okay, if everybody had smartphones, it would be easy to do that. You can write an application that just transfer this transaction. But in the third world, smartphones are not that popular, and there is still I need to figure out how to overcome that, and you do it with feature phones. And also another problem which I don't have an answer yet is how to create the first one, and not so somebody can actually, so the root of this transaction. How do you know that the root transaction is the correct one? Okay, this is something I didn't figure out yet. I was thinking about it.
Talk to me about it.
Okay, I'll be happy. So.
All right, so you have some time to talk.